The first thing I want to let you know is just the myth of people say, you don't need money to make money. And I'll be honest with you, you need money to make money. Am I saying that if you don't have any money now that you can't make these plans? I want to give you some shortcuts that nobody ever gave me. What's going on, Mother Truckers? I just want to make this video today because I get so many truck drivers asking me for any advice about just money saving and how to double up in life. And the honest truth is, I don't know that much about that. All I do know is my life experiences of what I've tried and what works for me and what doesn't work, right? And so one thing I want to tell you guys during these trying times, as difficult as it may seem in the trucking industry, of why there are always just three type of people, I would say, okay? The first one is the one that jumps in head first without a game plan, and that's not one that I recommend in this economy and time, especially with the rates. The second person is the person that is brand new, wants to find a way to provide for their family, but doesn't know what to do because they feel that possibly having kids early, possibly not having a college education, just so many obstacles and things in their life that they don't know what to do to get ahead, right? And when I say get ahead, I mean buying back time back in your life where you could start making decisions and doing things that you want to do. And the third one is the person that has so much experience, either a employee of a trucking company or a owner operator, been working for 20 to 30 years, and on the employee side, they've never gotten the courage to start their own company and become an owner operator, or the owner operator that tells everybody that they make $400,000 to $500,000 a year, but then at the end of it all doesn't have even a penny in their name and has zero savings. So, I bring up all these scenarios just for the fact that, there are so many characteristics out here in the trucking game. And again, I am not a professional guru. I'm not going to pretend to be. I just know that I have sucked at so many things in life, and a couple things have done well to just catapult me to just the next level in my life, which in this video is buying back time so that you can spend it whatever way you want, right? And so the first thing I want to let you know is just the myth of people say, you don't need money to make money. And I'll be honest with you, you need money to make money. All right, that's just the truth. You have to have money to make money. And if you don't, it is extremely difficult. So am I saying that if you don't have any money now that you can't make these plans? I want to give you some shortcuts that nobody ever gave me, right? And as soon as I found out that it takes money to make money, you find out a couple things. One is either you're going to have to save up, invest, and just save up all your pennies your whole life and make some of that money and then go out and invest it. Or you can leverage that by using a bank, family, and friends, right? And I know I'm making this sound easy, and I know it's not easy. But for 99.9% of us, if it takes money to make money and we don't have money, what do you have to do at this case? Well, one thing you can do is build up your experience. And when I say experience, since this is a trucking channel, let's use trucking as that example. Just say you've never owned a trucking company yourself, but you've been a truck driver, you've been a broker, you've been a dispatcher, you've done every single job title there is in a trucking company. What you have now is life experience in that company. Well, I want to show you this right here. You know, I've been talking to you guys about getting a SBA loan, right? And trying to think about possibly buying a truck stop. And I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just going through the motions. And so I'm showing you guys here, they gave me a pre-approval for roughly $4.5 million, right? And I do not have $4.5 million to my name. So they gave me one for $2 million and then another loan term for 2.5. Right now, this is just a pre-approval so I could start going to truck stops and actually talking to them and getting real information about the truck stop and then taking it from there. But they checked my paperwork, they checked my background, and guess what? I do not have $4.5 million. You know, the minimum you can put down for an SBA loan is 10%, right? And so I do have the 10% down. And here's the crazy part about all of this. They told me straight up, the bank has told me they do not care about my personal, okay, my personal financials at all. All they care about is what truck stop I'm trying to buy and does it make money. And the terms they use for that is cash flow. So let me give you an example. If I'm looking at buying a truck stop and that truck stop is $4.5 million, and just say the loan on that with all the loans put together is $40,000. Okay, that's for the loan for the property, loan on the interest, loan on everything for that truck stop, per example. Well, if the place cash flows and makes $60,000, that means that that loan is 40. That means that we grow 60, and then potentially cash flow 20. Right? I'm using basic numbers here. The bank will give you the loan. Now, will they just give anyone the loan? No. They're going to give a person the loan that they believe can successfully run that company. And since that company is a truck stop, they're going to be like, okay, how are you going to make this truck stop better? Well, if this truck stop has an absentee owner and you're willing to work there full time, well, guess what? That's one leg up. A second, how do you get truck drivers into your truck stop, right? Because that's your clientele. Well, if you have a YouTube channel, a marketing channel, which I showed them the Mother Trucker News channel, well, they were like, whoa, you have the marketing down. You could get people to come to your truck stop possibly. And so what I'm trying to tell you is they care more about the business you're buying if the business is successful. And why would you want to buy a business that's not successful anyways? So I know this is long-winded, but what I'm trying to get to is, you know how long it would take me as a hardworking American, and I've said this before, we have to work our butts so hard in America just to be poor, to ever save up $4.5 million. I could never do it. And most Americans can't. But I could save up 10%. But while saving up that 10%, I could learn the knowledge of how to do the industry that I'm trying to be successful in. Well, guess what? They care more about that. So the end of the day, that what I'm trying to tell you is that, you know, it's about leveraging and having understanding. Once you understand that it takes money to make money, and if you don't have money, then what you have to do is gain experience. If you could gain experience and then you want to buy per se, and I don't think, you know, I don't know anything about the restaurant business, so we'll just say a trucking fleet company, and you want to go out and buy this trucking company. Maybe, you know, FedEx has a FedEx Ground company, and, you know, this is probably a bad example, but they have a contract lane, and that trucking company with those FedEx trucks are $10 million, right? It might take forever to save up $10 million. But if you've been a dispatcher, you worked for FedEx Ground, you understand the lanes, you know what it takes to be successful, you have experience, and you save 10% down, and the business is already cash flowing, the bank will potentially give you a loan for that, even though you don't have the cash, because they want to make the interest off you too. So, in life, there's only a couple ways, I would say, to buy back time. And one is either, and it's the hard way, and there's no right or wrong way, but you work your butt off, you put your money and invest it wisely in IRAs and all this and that, and after 20, 25 years, you save up that bulk of money, and then you throw it Hail Married into the business that you want. Or second, you don't have the money, but you blueprint, you understand, and you go get a job at every title of that company, broker, dispatcher, jockey, you name it. You work all of them, and then you save that 10% down, and you show the bank that you have the mental capacity and knowledge to run it. Well, guess what? You have a greater chance of getting a loan for that. And at the end, disclaimer, people, I'm not telling you guys to buy anything or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that I myself, in my own experience, am trying to do things, and I don't have all the money in the world. And so as I learn, I just tell you guys. And hopefully you guys could take pieces of this. Definitely, when times are good, save your money. When times are bad, save your money. And make sure, if you're going to devote your time to one thing, gain exceptional experience in it, and from that, other ideas will come out of it, and you will find yourself extremely successful. But long story long, yeah, they care. Once you understand the game, and it is a game, it gets a little easier. Now, I'm not a fool. When you have family, when you have kids, you're struggling with bills, you gotta take care of that first. And there's no way to take care of that but just getting out there and working your butt off and sacrificing until you pay off as much debt as you can. But if you're looking at the next level, don't ever think that you can't get there, because you can. Because if you know that it takes money to make money and you don't have money, then gain the experience and save up the minimum that the bank requires. Learn that game, and you can find yourself in it as well. Mother Truckers, again, not sure if I'm going to buy a truck stop or not, but this is what I'm going through, and as I go through it, I'm just talking the process. Mother Truckers, comment down below. Let me know what game plans you have, what you're trying to do. Definitely right now, it's very difficult to be an owner-operator, but there are drivers and companies that are still successful, that have great relationships with shippers, brokers, and are able to make it happen. But, nothing's easy. Nothing's easy, but hopefully just my life experience can maybe spark something in you, and I want you guys to win too.